It's been about 10 days since the Luna and UST stablecoin collapse, and there have been several proposals considered, many competing interests voicing their opinions, and it seems that finally a revised proposal is up to vote, and it does appear to be passing. At the time of this recording, about 78% of the existing votes are voting yes. Now, there's still 6 more days for those votes to come in, but at this point, it does seem like it's going to pass. So, what does this mean for the Terra Luna ecosystem? What are the differences in this proposal for Terra V2, if you will? In this new system, existing Luna becomes Luna Classic, similar to what happened to Ethereum after the notorious DAO hack. No UST stablecoin will exist on this new Luna network. Terraform Labs, while it will be excluded from the airdrop of these new Luna tokens, meaning the new network is fully community owned. Token inflation of 7% will be introduced to incentivize validators to continue validating network transactions. So what happens if you owned Luna prior to the attack? Well, the attack occurred, according to the snapshot they're using, sometime after the end of the day, May 7th or 8th, depending on your time zone. So a snapshot was taken there. You can find the official time in the documents provided in the description. So those Luna and UST holders are considered pre-attack holders of those tokens. Now, for Luna holders, they will be receiving a pro rata share of 35% of all new Luna tokens created at the Genesis block of this new network. Now, what that means is 35% of all the new Luna tokens, I believe it will be 1 billion total, much higher than the circulating supply of Luna was prior to the attack. So 35% of those will be dropped on Luna holders who held Luna in their wallets pre-attack. And you will get a portion of that pool of new Luna tokens depending on the percentage of the total Luna tokens you held prior to the attack. Now, for wallets with less than 1 million Luna, you will be receiving those tokens vested with a 1-year cliff and vested for 2 years after. Now, the way I interpret this is for 1 year, the Luna will be staked, but you will not be able to access it. And for 2 years following it, you have limited access to that Luna. If you want to receive the full amount of Luna that you can, you're going to have to leave it staked for those 3 years. If you have over 1 million Luna in your wallet prior to the attack, it's a similar 1-year cliff, but a 4-year vesting period thereafter. So this, I assume, is to incentivize people who had a stake in the network prior to the attack to not sell their tokens. First of all, they won't be able to. But second of all, it gives them a reason to see and root for the success of the new Terra blockchain. Now, if you had USD staked in Anchor Earn prior to the attack, those users are going to receive 10% of the new Luna token in a pro rata form. 15% unlocked at Genesis, meaning this will be liquid USD that you, or Luna that you can trade as you see fit, but 85% of it will be vested over 2 years thereafter with a 6-month cliff. So none of that 85% will be accessible to you until 6 months, and then 2 years thereafter, you will receive the ability to withdraw exponentially more. But what happens if you want to buy Luna or UST right now? Well, these categories of people are considered post-attack Luna holders and post-attack UST holders. In this proposal that looks like it will pass, post-attack Luna holders will be receiving 10% of the new Luna tokens. 15% unlocked at Genesis, which they can freely trade. 85% vested over 2 years with a 6-month cliff. That's a similar vesting model, or actually the same one that we saw for pre-attack UST holders. Now, post-attack UST holders will be airdropped 20% of the new Luna token, whereas post-attack Luna holders will only get 10%. I think the reason they're offering double that amount to the UST post-attack holders is because theoretically they could have been intending to buy UST to help it return to peg as the system was designed. So that classification of people will receive 20% of the new tokens, 15% unlocked at Genesis, 85% vested over 2 years with a 6-month cliff. So what does the timeline look for this? Assuming it all passes, which we have 6 more days of voting ahead of us, on the 21st, the Core releases Cut. This is the validator node software that actually validates all the transactions. On the 27th, the Genesis file is created from the final launch snapshot. So at this point, we have all the snapshots. Pre-attack, post-attack, everything will be calculated according to the distribution model introduced in this proposal. And then, if all goes well, on the 27th, the network will launch. Now, with many initial coin offerings, you often see a brief hype cycle where people are trying to buy in and there's some price discovery, followed by a severe crash. But as we've discussed, with this vesting model, not all of the new Luna created will be available to trade. And so it'll be interesting to see what actually happens to the price. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below, and I will continue to cover this as it all unfolds. Thank you.